Hey folks, how's it going? Big John here again with Sasquatch Airsoft. And today, as promised in my last video, we're going to be doing a gun review. Now, this is something I've had for a little bit. It was actually an anniversary present from my significant other. She got me this gun because, well, it was cheap and it was something I wanted to add to my collection. Today we're going to be doing a review of the Elite Force H8R. This is a good little gun. It's relatively inexpensive. You can get this pistol for around, I think they're about 85 to 90 bucks, depending on where you buy your stuff, whether it's Evike or if you go through Amazon. I like to shop through Amazon, as you guys know. I did a little custom work to mine. I took a little paint pen and I just kind of etched out my all the grooves and stuff like that and painted in the letters. If you guys can see that, I did the grips and everything. Just a little personalization. I like to personalize my guns. You guys are going to see that in a future video where I've done a little bit of custom like paint jobs and things like that to my stuff. So anyway, without further ado, this is the Elite Force H8R. This is a great little gun. Up here you have the location of the hop-up. This is the Generation 2 H8R from Elite Force. This is the one with the hop-up. If you guys know, the old H8R did not have a adjustable hop-up. It was a fixed hop on that unit. This is a double-action revolver. It takes these discs right here, which you get 4 of these when you order this. So they're 10 rounds a piece. And relatively inexpensive in case you lost one, or lost one, not losed. Relatively inexpensive. You can get 2 of them from Evike for 10 bucks, I believe. I'm going to post a few screenshots of the prices for this stuff. And actually, come to think about it, this gun is on sale on Amazon right now. So I think you can pick this up for 65 bucks. Which $65 for a pretty reliable airsoft gun, not only a revolver. I mean, it's cool. You know, revolvers are not something that a lot of people have in their collection. A lot of people have these gas blowback guns, whether they be green gas or CO2. On the other hand, this one is going to be CO2 powered. In order to access that CO2, you have, oh, it's at the bottom here. There's this little tab. You just get your fingernail under there. There we go. You pop this bad boy off and you have your CO2 in the handle. With other, I'm sure you guys are familiar with other CO2 guns. That's pretty mainstream to have the CO2 in the handle here. Some of the other gas blowbacks, they put it in the magazine. That makes those magazines a little expensive. So we have, like I said, we have here also the underside of the handle, the grip here. You have the tool built in so that you can field strip this CO2 very easily. No need to carry any tools with you. This gun's effective probably around, I've found 40 to 60 feet, which is decent. I mean, you're not going to be doing any real long-range engagements with this gun. This gun's really not built for a long-range engagement either. It's kind of meant to just have on your side in case you're battling out with your buddies or you're playing at a field and you need something real quick. But I wouldn't try and shoot this past 40 to 60 feet. 60 feet is kind of pushing it too, and you're gonna have to start aiming a little bit differently when you get to those extreme ranges. even with a heavier BB. This gun shoots great with 20 gram to 30 gram BBs, and anything in between. I feel like I get the best performance at about 30 gram. The hop up doesn't seem to like to hop 40 grams. And you know, those 40 gram BBs get a little expensive. So, over here on this side of the gun, you have this lever, or it's kind of like a lever. In order to put a new magazine in, you kind of just push that up into that position. If you notice, there is a rod in the cylinder chamber here that goes in and out. You take the disc, or like I like to call them Oreos, you just slap it in there, and you release that, and it's good to go. You can shoot all you want. 10 shots. Now, on the back here, you also do have a safety. You push this forward, and the gun does not fire. You can fire this in single action, or I wouldn't say single action, because single action would mean you would have to cock it every time. But it does pre-cock it, and then you have that double action going on there. Reloads aren't too bad. I mean, you just take that one out, throw the next one in. It is a low capacity handgun, so that is something you need to account for when you're out playing. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but you do get 4 of these in the box when you order one. So you do have 40 rounds right from the get-go. Like I said, you can order packs of 2 of these from either Evike or Amazon. Amazon, they're a little bit more expensive. I think they're about $10 a piece on Amazon. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about the gun itself. Sorry, looking around a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of shooting video as well. I'm going to swap to my head camera, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so we got here our Elite Force H8R. I got 2 of the Forbidden Oreos loaded up with 30 gram Bio BBs. And we're going to take a shot at that target I have strapped to that chair at about 50 to 60 feet. And we're going to see how she does. To remind you, it is snow. It did snow last night. It's about, I want to say 35 degrees out here. As we all know, these guns don't usually like the cold weather as much. It's a little windy if you can see those trees, so we're going to see if we can't land a couple of these shots. So, got 10 shots apiece. I'll pre-cock it. That's one magazine. And loading up number 2. Oh, my hands are a little cold. I'm not doing that as fast as I usually can. That wind. Alright. That's the second one. Alright guys, we're back inside. We've warmed up a little bit, and we have just taken those shots outside with the Elite Force H8R. Pretty cold out there, especially for a CO2. I mean, you know, CO2 guns generally do run a little bit better in the colder weather than the green gas guns will. That doesn't to say CO2 guns don't have their own problems in the cold weather. But it did fine. Considering it's not a blowback, it didn't have some of the issues that some of the blowback CO2 guns will have in the colder weather. One thing I do want to point out is that this CO2 is good for around 100 shots. That's about 10 of the Oreos here, which is significantly more than what you're going to get out of a green gas blowback or a CO2 blowback gun because of the blowback feature. It uses a lot more of that CO2, whereas this one does not recoil. It does not expel some of that CO2 every time you take a shot. So you're going to be using a whole lot less CO2 with something like this. And for the price point around $65 when it's on sale, even for the $85, I mean, you can't touch most of these CO2 or green gas blowback guns for anything less than $150, sometimes $250, depending on what you're looking at. So with that being said, I have the target here. Now I remind you guys, this was shot with the wind blowing probably around 7, 8 mile an hour. So not the most consistent shots. If you can see right here, we have one. It looks like it's almost a double, like we went through that one twice. This one over here kind of looks like a double as well. We have one outside the range here, one down here outside the range. We do have this one. I don't know if I pointed that one already. We have this down here, this, and this. So a decent grouping along this side. I feel like some of these, like these ones and the one outside the paper, could have just been me and or the wind. But altogether, it looks like we have probably close to 10 shots out of the 20 we took. So maybe one or two more if some of these were doubles. So we have about a 50%, even with the wind, 50% shot saturation here based on the 20 rounds that we expelled while we were out there. And to put this into context for you, this is a 10 by 10 target, 10 inch by 10 inch. And to put it up to my chest, I mean, you're gonna hit that target. When you're at the field or you're out with your buddies shooting, you are gonna hit what you're trying to aim, as long as you're not a horrible shot. I know I'm definitely not the best shot in the world, but I just like the sport. I don't have to be a pro at it to really have fun with it. So that's pretty much this video. After I'm done here, I'm going to put up on the screen the screenshots I have of the sale prices for this gun. The regular price you'll be able to see in that one as well. And then additionally, I'm going to post the shot I have of the replacement magazines from Evike's website. Just because they happen to be the cheapest there. So those are the ones I'm going to show you guys. If you guys haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, let your buddies know. There's somebody out here doing God's work and showing you guys what stuff is good and what stuff's bad. For now, this is Big John with Sasquatch Airsoft, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stick around.